G'day. Thank you, Blindly Legends, for joining me as we delve into one. I'm not sure why I've got no game audio. Come on, there you go. Now we've got some track audio. Turn that back down so it's not too loud. Oh, corner cutting during qualifying, I see. Interesting. Well, got quite a pretty good field, I think. Stevie currently sitting in P3, but not sure. Vanet currently on provisional pole position. Interesting stuff. Many drivers setting their lap times now, or most drivers actually at this point have set their lap times. There's the current provisional pole sitter. He's looking to go for another hot lap. He's already a second up on anybody else in the field. He's clearly got a supreme advantage over everybody else as it stands at this moment in time. No, already invalidated that. Stevie's on an improvement. It's not a massive improvement, but it is an improvement nonetheless. Is absolutely pushing hard. What's it gonna be? Coming out the final corner now, coming up to the run to the line, crosses the line. It's a marginal improvement, but an improvement nonetheless. Secures his position, even if it is only slightly. But he's immediately upped by WLB, who, well, puts it up into second place. Vanet going for another lap, so clearly thinking those soft tyres are going to be able to last. I wonder if they are going to last or if he's going to face some issues. Might well do. Might well face a fair few issues in this race. It's looking pretty good as it stands. What's it going to be as he goes through sector 2? It's a purple sector, but still not improving on his previous time. He doesn't really have to worry about it all too much though. He's almost a second up on pole. 6 minutes to go in this session. Not all too much to be disappointed about if you're Vanet right now. It looks very confident in the hands of that Ferrari, understandably so, as he goes through the final corner and completes his lap. It is an improvement. Sees him now had a second clear of second place WLB. So that was a pretty healthy improvement from the Ferrari. Who is on a hot lap. Please, Trey. He's got it invalidated. I am Wolfie. He's improving. About 400ths up through the first sector. What's it going to be as he goes into the second sector? Well, he won't reach the second sector because he's got it invalidated. Well, some drivers quite not understanding track limits here. This is not the only one struggling. Now, Blue Dog has decided to join the party. He's exited the pit lane. Mercedes is yet to set a lap time in this session, and well, now he's got an opportunity to do that. I've got someone off there. Trying to figure out who that is. What's that? Where is that car? Just looks like they somehow bend it in the wall. What happened there? Interesting, as the stricken car is cleared away. Just 3 minutes to go left in this session. And not all too long now as we move through the latter stages of qualifying. Bottle of water. Just pulling along off to the side as faster cars storm past as he is on his outlap. Hello there, how is I? Well, on an outlap, so he'll need to pick up the pace to make the start-finish line before qualifying ends. Although he might be one of those who decide to just straight line the chicane at the end of the main straight. Will he be one of those people that doesn't brake? He is indeed. As you see, just got a few drivers doing that through qualifying, just straight lining the corner at the end of the chicane, and well, gains them significant amounts of time. Means they can definitely cross the finish line and start a lap time. Bottle of water didn't do that. He's also on his outlap in the McLaren. Probably needs a pretty good lap time to bump himself up the order. Looks pretty close as it stands, unless you're our pole sitter who has a unseen advantage. Bottle of water starting his flying lap. Blue Dog is also on his flying lap, his one and only flying lap of the session. So I don't think he's going to be able to get another good hot lap in, unless he's really been running in not a high engine mode, which I'm not obviously entirely sure. He crosses the line, moves up to 6th, pretty respectable position for Blue Dog in the Mercedes. Now we move to Bottle of Water. He's in the McLaren. having a pretty good time by the seams of it, as I think he looks like he might be improving. He is improving by 0.2. There you go. Hello there. How is I? Is also on a pretty good lap also. So some drivers looking to make substantial steps up the grid. Bottle of water coming through the final few corners now. Not hugging that corner too much. A lot of drivers really like to hug that corner, so interesting he chooses not to. Bottle of water though now going down the start finish straight and crosses it and moves up to 11th. What is hello how is I gonna do? Well, he moves up to 10th. Demoting Bottle of Water. Lads now down in 11th. Cody also on a lap. Might he be there moving up to 11th? Please Trey, is he on a lap? Doesn't look like he's on a particularly good lap if he is on one. I can't tell all too much. But it will be Venet on pole position as it stands, because I don't think any other driver is going to gain over a second and demote him from pole position. Please Trey moves up to 10th. Cody will, well, I don't know what he's doing. He's not even open DRS, but he does stay 15th. Pretty slow lap from him. And now there's just 3 drivers in the pit lane, and now we've got to wait for them. Well, that concludes qualifying here at France. Venet takes pole position, WLB second, and Stevie the TV comes in 3rd place at the end of that qualifying. Venet absolutely dominant, being fastest by nearly a second. That is a huge margin. Is he using a time trial setup, and will WLB be closer in the race? That is a question I must ask, because qualifying is over. WLB 2nd place for him in the AlphaTauri, but it is Ferrari who take pole position. Not a bad day in the office for Mercedes either. Got hello there, how is I? He's not in a bad place, you know. He's 11th. Free strategy as gets that advantage. No grid drops for any drivers, as far as I'm aware. There's just a lot of invalidated lap times, but no one getting a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with another driver, taking another driver out, or just being very stupid. So these drivers remaining pretty clean through qualifying. Now we move on to the race where, well, tensions are going to run even higher as drivers look to get the better of each other. It really comes down to the setup you've got in the race here, and well, we'll see what happens as we move into the race. Not all too long now until lights out, and away we go for what could be a very interesting race. I believe the championship isn't decided, although I'm not 100% sure on that, so I might probably be wrong. So don't trust anything I say is what I am alluding to. However, it is definitely going to be crazy. As always, France isn't the best for racing in real life, but in the game it is a different beast, and you can somewhat overtake at a circuit like this in F1 2020. It is hard, but it is indeed possible. And now we're basically waiting, I believe, for the formation lap. Correct. Formation lap underway, leading away the pack as we wait for this race to begin. Should be an interesting one. Well, let's take a look at those all-important starting tyres. Well, I said hello there, how is I? He'd be doing have that choice and be able to have a different strategy That's exactly what he's done. He's 11th and he's on the hards in the Williams, and everybody else below him on the mediums. So Luke 05 HD, he's in a really good position in this race. He's in the top 10 and he's on the mediums. That is an advantage which is really going to help him. And I'm being told, basically asking not to dive bomb into turn 1, which is understandable. You don't want any dive bombs into turn 1. As you see, the number 21 on the Ferrari absolutely dominating qualifying, and now got a race to get on with. Not all too long until it will be lights out and away we go, and hopefully it should be an absolute corker of a race. 27 laps, that is a lot of time to have drama. Will we get a safety car, a virtual safety car? What will happen here at France? I don't know, you don't know, but let's find out. Now, as we get all of the drivers heading back to the grid, they'll now be under AI control, as the AI will line them up in their corresponding grid slots. And see, those tyres on Venet, those rears aren't looking all too warm, and the rears are looking warm on WLB. I think Stevie's actually in a really good position though. It seems all of his tyres are very heated. Seems like WLB struggled with the fronts and Venet struggled with the rears. And Stevie, well, he didn't struggle at all. Can't exactly see the starting lights. It is lights out and away we go, and it looks like it was a pretty good start for Venet, but it looks like Stevie's actually got a really good start. He's right up the chuff of WLB and Venet, as WLB sends it to the inside of Venet into turn 1. That looks like that'll definitely be a warning for Venet and Stevie the TV as they move through the beginning stages of this race, and WLB is no longer running side by side. He is into the lead, and he is currently sitting first place. Bottle of water having a horrendous start. He's down in P17. There's a safety car already in this race, and I have no idea what that safety car was for. But hello there, how is I? Is sitting plumb last. Has he got damage on that Williams? That is a question I'd like an answer to, game. And yes, wing damage on both sides. It looks like Mikey B has damage too. What about Cody F1 2022, sorry. Has he got damage? Yes, he's got damage on that right end plate. Has Bottle of Water. He really fell down the order, but I'm not sure if that's a result of a spin, or whether that was because of a racing incident. Might have a little bit of green or yellow light green damage, but not damage that I can physically see on his McLaren. Just currently looking through the grid. Ooh, I Am Wolfie, he's got a bit of damage on that right end plate. And quite a few, ooh, most of the leaders actually pit, so clearly some of them wanting a change of strategy. Where will WLB, the race leader, well, effective race leader as of the start, running Yuki Tsunoda's number 22 on the AlphaTauri, as he leaves the pit lane. He's 10th, so clearly fallen quite a bit down the order. Hello there, how is I? Has opted not to pit, which is interesting considering he has substantial damage to both sides of his front wing. As the safety car has begun to pick up the field, and it is a interesting start here. Some drivers have pitted, others haven't, so now we have a complete split on strategy. No idea what caused the safety car, and that is quite annoying, but that is a thing. Let's just hope the safety car doesn't take anybody out. That is something that has happened before. Blue Dog really not keeping them tyres very cool. Oh no, very warm, sorry. Currently tyres are sat on about 70 degrees. Really not much pressure in them at all. Very cold, those soft compound tyres, although they should be very easy to heat up. 74 on Blue Dog as he is in the race lead as it stands. I was about to say your biggest losers and winners, but I can't really do that because the game has completely changed up the strategy. And we will be going for at least one more lap under the safety car conditions. Not quite sure why the safety car is actually going this slow, as Aaron Patel, oh my god, I can't really show you who is pitting and who isn't. Not a change of front wing for Aaron. Cody slots in, changes that front wing, and hello there, how is I? Also comes into the pit lane, changes to the medium compound tyres from the hards, and now exits the pit lane. These guys are going to have to try and very quickly catch up to the field now, because they've not exactly had the greatest of times. But the lucky thing with the safety car is that it's a reset. Now they might have to slot at the back, but they can make moves and they can make gains. And now some drivers are having an interesting race ahead of them. Blue Dog will be leading away, I presume, after this lap. Lap number 4 should be when we get the racing back underway. Looks like most people have caught up to the safety car queue at this stage, so I would assume that we will be getting back underway in a mere few moments. Now, the safety car is in this lap. The safety car has pulled into the pit lane. Blue Dog is now your de facto safety car, and it is time for racing to resume. And Blue Dog has gone, and it looks like actually Luke has got an amazing start. Actually, not quite as good as I had originally thought, but he is right up the chuff of Blue Dog. Immediately after the safety car restart, he could really pressure Blue Dog in the early stages here, as Blue Dog is on aging soft compound tyres. It's a big advantage that he's got. Blue Dog really gonna have to maximise the grip now that he's got before it all dissipates and that car behind becomes much, much, much faster as we continue on in this race. Luke really actually now being pressured by NS Winfield behind in the Williams, so got a bit of an interesting field, pretty bunched up still here, WLB on a charge though, as he's already up into P6. Bearing in mind, he's already pitted in this race. That is a really good place to be right now. Gonna see what strategy they're gonna pull though. Could be an interesting one. WLB is actually really close now to Luke Sheehan in the Alfa Romeo. Could make a move into turn 1. Doesn't look like he's gonna go for it. Now, WLB on the back of the Alfa Romeo. They've got a very long main straight to get past. Which, by the seems of it, looks like exactly what they're going to do. Luke Sheehan has been overtaken by WLB down the main straight and into the very late braking zone. And that was a pretty easy move for WLB to pull off, and now he looks to the rear of Lads Radical in the Red Bull racing car. Now these guys don't want to collide. Remember, they are somewhat, I guess you could say, linked together, AlphaTauri and Red Bull Racing. AlphaTauri just being Red Bull's clothing brand, but this isn't quite the case in the game. Drama still runs high between the two teams, and WLB looking to pressure that Red Bull and make a move. And speaking of making a move, now making a move is going to be easier now that DRS is enabled, which will allow you to gain about 10 miles an hour down the main straight here. It's a pretty sizable advantage. Lads getting a 3-second time penalty. I believe he's already got 1 penalty already. Yes, correct. He's now on 6 seconds of penalties. Oh my, the Ferrari behind Venet trying to gets past WLB. And now they're almost trying to run side by side. WLB can't quite keep the foot in and has to settle for 6th as it stands. Now Venet with the really annoying glitchy steering wheel, the bug that no one likes. Is now leading. So, thank you game for giving us glitch. MS Winfield's gone round. He's had a bit of a spin. Also, I was looking at the game being glitchy. MS Winfield, he's had a spin, and he pulls into the pit lanes very quickly, and he gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Wow. The scenes. And Lads. Oh, Lads has gone for a spin. Now Stevie trying to get past. Lads leaves him the space, but Stevie doesn't leave him the space. It's an interesting incident for sure. And now Lads gets DRS to use down the main straight. Looks like he's going to try and overtake Stevie. Can he go around the outside? Surely not. Yep, as you'd assume. Can't quite make it work. I am Wolfie. He's had a bit of an incident, and looks like he's DNF. That's an interesting incident. How has he done that? Virtual safety car has been called out for that incident, so now these drivers have got to slow down significantly in order to keep Delta. Well, now we're back under green flag running. Now, interestingly, the glitchy Ferrari is currently sat in second. Luke 05 HD currently sat P1 in this race. Really interesting strategies going on here. Quite a few different strategies here at play. These drivers are really going to be using a lot of different ones. There's corner cutting for Luke Sheehan, 5-second time penalty. Stevie the TV. Can he be last of the late breakers? Not really. Can't quite. He definitely gained a bit of time there, but not quite enough. That is quite close. Not all too far behind of Stevie the TV and Luke Sheehan. Bottle of water not far behind him. Well, he's been having a pretty solid recovery since he was last pretty much come turn 1. He's currently up in 8th place as it stands. Luke 05 HT setting the fastest lap of the race as it stands. And Stevie getting past Luke Sheehan, and up into P5 goes the Mercedes. Luke Sheehan then getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So naughty, naughty, naughty. Cody F122 loses the place to Aaron Patel. And Cody gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Some drivers just struggling to keep it clean. British Giant just gets past and nips bottle of water. Now down to P9 just after I complimented him. Cody F122 now up into... Oh, I was about to say he's up into 13th. Who's that? Someone's off. Oh, it's the Haas. That's a safety car. There's 2 safety cars here at France. British Giant has just lost it. I want to know exactly what happened there. I think he just lost it through there. Hit the wall. That's a pretty big incident. Oh, this is a big advantage for the entire field, as most people can now pit. WLB takes track position though. Drive-through penalty for Stevie the TV. That's a very bad thing to have, because he has to serve that under green flag running, so he can't even serve it now under safety car conditions. Luke just comes out ahead. No, he doesn't. The Williams somehow clearly just able to get ahead of Luke 05. Hello there, how is I? Now up into 5th place. As now Bottle of Water is up into 3rd. Now a lot of drivers are going to all catch up to the safety car queue. This is going to be a very slow few laps now, as yet again we have a second safety car in this race. We've already had a safety car on lap number 1, which went until lap number 4. And we had a virtual safety car not long after, when I Am Wolfie retired down the main pit straight. That was only a virtual safety car, and then British Giant just sent it into that very wall there between, yeah, a wall, and he just sent it into a wall. I think he spun, but went into a wall, and that is his race donezo. Very interesting stuff here. Interesting scenes. Now, safety car conditions remain. We continue. Here, this could be interesting. Could be very interesting in the coming laps of this race. WLB currently sat in P1. That's engine issues fixed, by the way. He's also on the soft tyres, interestingly. So I'm not quite sure what a strategy he is playing, but he's definitely going to be pulling an interesting strategy, that is for sure. Safety car should be in on the next lap, not this lap, although that could potentially happen. I've never seen the safety car be out for less than 2 laps, but that may well happen. As we race as one safety car. Not the red safety car, prefer the red one in my opinion. But the Aston Martin safety car looks good too. So, interesting. Safety car is in this lap. So, safety car came out on, I believe, lap number 10, and now it's coming in on lap number 11. So, safety car clearly not wanting to stick around, but Mylander, he doesn't want to get paid. He's just had enough. He's like, yeah, they can go racing. Well, but Mylander has said, let's go racing. So that's exactly what we are going to do. WOB will lead us away on the safety car restart, as he is in the lead of the race. The first safety car restart was led by Blue Dog. He's in 8th. And now it's led by WLB, who I believe hasn't pitted in this race. No, he pitted under the first safety car. Now he's leading the race. It is crunch time, and WLB leads away on the safety car restart. An amazing start compared to Stevie the TV, who's depleting all of his ERS right now to try and stay close to him. But he really can't stay all too close. He goes massively wide. Stevie the TV there in, I believe that's turn number 3. Really allowed Bottle of Water in P3 to close up on Stevie the TV and almost overtake him. Police Trey behind him, very close behind. Less than a second, I believe, separating them as it stands in this race. Vanette getting past Luke 05, and how is I? As, oh my god, it's a massive kerfuffle down the straight. Multiple drivers going side by side into the very harsh braking zone that is at the end of that straight. I don't know what turn number it is. I can indeed show the tyres. There we go. There are the tyres. Everybody is on, and BJ Skipsy gets past in hello there, how is I? Into 9th. Has how is I got damage? It really looks like he's had a very bad, poor restart. He doesn't look like he actually has damage, interestingly, which you would assume he has. Oh, Vanette's gone for a tumble. He's been exploring the track, and he's lost a massive amount of time there. And he's now down in 12th. Easily lost a lot of time there. Thanks, British Giant, for the safety car. Didn't know we needed a second one. Stevie pits. It's onto the Hearts. There you go. He was serving that drive-through, so he wasn't pitting. He was just serving that drive-through time penalty. So he is now 15th, dead last in this race as it stands. Luke Sheehan has been overtaken by Vanette, who's now being... Oh. Now Cody tries to get involved, and Cody's around. Cody's had a little bit of a spin. Stevie getting a 3-second time penalty. Did Aaron get a any collision there? No. Luke really didn't leave much space for Cody, and now Cody is the one running last. He's got the car back onto the circuit though. Mikey B is in 11th and not far behind Vanette in the Ferrari. It's going to be an interesting battle if it's to continue, although Vanette is incredibly quick, so I wouldn't expect it to. Lads Radical in a respectable P9 position, not bad place to be. As it stands, bottle of water coming into the pit lane. Expect a set of hard tyres to be going on the McLaren, if I need to be correct. Look at me, I am indeed correct. A set of hard tyres on the McLaren, and off it goes into the distance. Well, not the distance, but hello there, how is I? Into, I don't know if he got damaged, but he had a bit of a spin at turn number 2, and that has seen him pick up some... No, hasn't seen him pick up any damage by the seams of it. No damage, surprisingly. It does see him fall down a fair few places, though. Of course, some yellow flags in Sector 1. As Blue Dog now gets past Luke and Please Trey. Now Please Trey and Skipsy. Oh, it's nearly 3 wide there. As Please Trey is now being pressured by Skipsy. Skipsy keeps his foot in. Can he send it round the outside? Yes, he can. In the back, that's Luco 5 going round. But BJ Skipsy sending it round the outside of Please Trey. What a sensational move from the Alfa Romeo driver. Luke 05 HD now in 7th as he actually overtakes, I believe that's Lads Radical. Indeed it is. Lads Radical trying to get this... I guess that was an attempt at a switch back, which definitely failed with many ways. MS Winfield in 6th as it stands, with BJ Skipsy now up into 3rd place in this race after a sensational move on Luke 05 and Please Trey. Almost got both of them down the straight, but couldn't quite get Please Trey, so he had to send it down the inside. No, round the outside, my bad. Now BJ Skipsy is not quite happy with 3rd. He wants 2nd, and he's pretty close to getting it. As he continues to push on in this race. Not looking bad in the Alfa Romeo. Looking to have a lot of pace. Well, not all too much drama as it stands, but there has been a fair amount of drama so far in this race. It's really very interesting as it stands. As BJ Skipsy, he's past Blue Dog. And who is that? That is Vanette. He is into the pit lane from those softs. I'm presuming that's going to be a set of mediums. It is a set of mediums. On to the Ferrari. And there you go. Mikey B also pits on the same lap, presumably for a set of mediums. Hello there, how is I? I would expect him to maybe go to another set of mediums. He does indeed. I'm just an absolute genius with my tyre knowledge. At a circuit like this. And Skipsy, now up in second, is being pressured a little bit by Blue Dog in the Mercedes. Can Blue Dog get back up into second, or is it too far out of the realms of possibility? That's a good question. What I want to know an answer to. So if Blue Dog wouldn't mind hurrying up and deciding, that would be great. And Blue Dog, just about within DRS range, wasn't all too far of losing it, but please trade behind him has lost DRS. That takes a bit of pressure off of Blue Dog and Skipsy, so that's not a bad thing. Skipsy should bring it home, says British Giant. Could be an interesting one. He's really catching a little bit, but as to whether he can catch enough. I mean, WLB, he's been on those mediums for 15 laps. I don't think he's going to be able to take it to the end of the race. Surely he's going to have to pit soon for probably soft tyres. But there again, Blue Dog is behind, and he is not far behind, so anything could happen. I think Skipsy really needs to maybe utilise a bit more of his battery to get a second ahead of Blue Dog. That is something he really needs to do. If he doesn't do that, it could be an interesting battle for the race lead, but he has actually basically nearly done exactly what I said, and he's just about a second in front, though Blue Dog clearly not wanting to give up such a privilege. But he reluctantly has to, as he now is not within DRS range. This is crucial for Skipsy, as it really equalises that and makes it more of a pure drag race on pace, as opposed to having DRS assistance for Blue Dog. But he's going to probably, Blue Dog is going to maybe try and utilise a bit more ERS to maybe catch and maybe try and get within DRS range, even though he might not be able to. So could be interesting. Luke 05 HD, he's 5th now, looking to make it 4th. He's within a second of Please Trey. And speaking of, one Red Bull is looking to lose a place, the other looking to maybe gain a place, as Lads Radical is in 7th, pressurising MS Winfield in 6th, and as I say, he is gaining quite a bit. So a Red Bull is looking to lose a place, and another is looking to gain a place. And Luke 05 gains the position. Please Trey has to concede on that particular occasion. That's radical. Now 5 tenths behind MS Winfield in the Williams. This really could be an interesting one. Not many laps left to go. WLB does indeed pit. I'm gonna guess a set of the soft compound tyres. It's exactly what it is. It's a Seller Soft going onto the AlphaTauri for the final stint of this race. It looks like he might come out ahead of the net. Oh, it's going to be pretty close. I think Vanette won't be able to get him. Very nearly, though. Was the Ferrari able to get the AlphaTauri? But actually, that provides a massive advantage to WLB. He's now running in clear air on fresh, soft tyres. Really going to be able to maximise those over the coming laps in this race. Cody F122 gets past Mikey B into 13th place as Stevie the TB goes for a move on Aaron Patel. And oh my god, Vanette in the Ferrari has binned it into a wall in the dying stages, and that's caused another safety car. Surely most of the field at this stage in the race are going to pit for soft. That has actually not helped WLB at all. He pitted a lap earlier than the safety car, and now he won't be able to maximise that. But Skipsy doesn't come into the pits. He's taking track position, and Blue Dog, who was in second, has pitted, and so has most of the field. This is going to change the order. It will change the order, and it definitely will cause a bit of chaos in the dying stages of this race, because Skipsy has reluctantly taken track position. That is a poor choice, in my opinion. If you didn't pit under the safety car, you have made a big mistake. Skipsy and Aaron Patel have not pitted under this safety car. That is going to lose them a ton of time. They're going to be on aging hard tyres. They will fall like a stone. As it stands, BJ Skipsy will lead the safety car restart. However, he is on medium soft tyres that are 10 laps old. Compare that to most of the field, which are pitted for softs, which are 0 laps old. Could be an interesting final few laps. Now, Skipsy behind the safety car. It's got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to keep that position. Wonder what he's gonna do here. Not got many options. He's really going to have to try and maximise the track position he has. But for how long? Now, safety car should be in this lap. It is indeed. Now, it is time for Skipsy to lead us away on the safety car restart. Aaron Patel in second, WLB third on the soft compound tyres. While these hard runners have got a lot of work to do to keep the pace to the end of the race. Aaron has somehow fallen to 14th. Not sure why. Skipsy currently got a 1.1 second lead over WLB. That should dissipate quickly. I say that, but he is gaining a fair amount of time back down the straight, so interesting stuff from quite a bit of the field. The safety car has left a window of opportunity for quite a few drivers as Stevie actually moves up into 7th on the road. Penalties may beg to differ though, because quite a few drivers have a lot of penalties, and I shall show those penalties for you now. So, a lot of penalties up and down the field. Unless Winfield will probably gain, or won't gain, but probably won't lose anything. Mikey B going for a tumble as Luke 05 HD sets the fastest lap of the race on lap number 23, and WLB has a bit of a twitch there, and that's allowed Luke. Oh, Luke's round. Let's say that allows Luke into P2, doesn't let him into P2 when, well, he's not allowed into P2. That has helped Skipsy a lot. That has helped Skipsy a lot. And now Luke, well, he's looking like he could really lose quite a bit. Not quite sure what's happened there. And Mikey B just took another tumble. Skipsy in the lead. Got a retirement, Mikey B. So on track retirement, but he was also running dead last. DRS now enabled for the final 3 laps of this race. Lap number 24, 5, 6 and 7 all left to go, as Hello There, How Is I moves up into 10th place. As, oh, pretty good move there. As now Luke Sheehan gets past Cody F1 22, and Cody's out. Into a wall he goes. I think they're running full simulation damage. And hang on, there's a safety car on lap number 24 of 7. I'm not sure if the game can finish a race under safety car conditions, But if there's ever a time I'm going to find out, it is about now. This is going to really punish people with penalties. A lot of penalties. Oh dear. This could change a lot. Lads Radical will certainly fall all the way down to last. Bottle of water will probably be second last. But if you're hello there, how is I? You could gain about 4 positions if you're really lucky. You might get 1 lap or 2 laps of green flag running, but this is interesting. This has probably benefited the soft tyre runners for the end of the race, because it means they can preserve their tyre life a little bit. Because now everybody bunches up behind the safety car. Don't think we're going to have any fuel concerns whatsoever. I'm trying to look. Yeah, plus 0.8 on Skipsy, plus 1.2 on WLB, so clearly a lot of people with a lot of fuel. I don't think anyone's going to be running out of fuel in this race, and if so, well, I wonder how they did it. Because at this rate, we've had 4, I think, safety cars, maybe 5. We've had 4 safety cars and 1 virtual safety car in a online 27 lap race in the European British League. I think that's what it's called, if I'm correct. Safety car's in this lap, I believe. Yep, the light is off. Just quickly checking Discord, thinking, oh, we're going to go until lap 26 on the safety car, and then we'll just have the final lap. Nope, we'll have the final 2 laps. That was about the most useless safety car I have seen in the history of F1 2020. For a track that rarely sees a safety car in real life, or really ever in the game. We've had 4 in 1 race. What an interesting scenario. It's green flag running yet again. WLB really pressurizing BJ Skipsy into turn 1. Now Skipsy still leading as we nearly go on to the final lap of the race. This is the penultimate lap. Penalties are everything as it stands, because, well, 3 seconds become basically massive grid drops because of a safety car bunching everybody else. Just realised someone who could actually get into the points here, Aaron Patel, could gain 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 positions as it stands. Final lap of the race. BJ Skipsy is leading, but those penalties really are going to hurt him a lot. because it will see him probably drop significantly. Actually, he should stay third because of other people with penalties. He should be third come the end of the race, which is interesting. There won't be any DRS on this lap, so basically it's just pure muscle and hustle. Blue Dog in third really wants to get WLB because that would be the race win if he can get past WLB. But Luke is trying to really give him a run in the final lap. He just wants to get past WLB. He doesn't care about Luke. Leave me alone. Just want to get ahead of the car in front. Not worry about you. But it is, I believe, going to be BJ Skipsy who wins on track. But off track, WLB wins the Division 1 race at France, round number 12. A great win for WLB. What an interesting one indeed. It's about Aaron Patel getting points indeed. He does get points. So, what an interesting race. Interesting dynamics. Interesting drama. And, well, everything you could possibly want in a race of unknowns. And, well, there were plenty of unknowns at France. 4 safety cars, 1 virtual safety car, and a lot of penalties. Well, who is my driver of the day? I am going to go, hello there, how is I as my driver of the day? Because he started 11th, made it up to 7th after pinning 3 times. Safety cars helped him a lot, but he really had to work for it, and finishes 7th on track, behind, not far behind his teammate either. So, what an interesting race, with Skipsy only going down to 3rd because of penalties. That is an interesting race, as far as races go. That was certainly one not to be ashamed of. Well, that is an exciting race, setting us up for what could be a interesting next race. Whew. Not sure about you, but I am certainly out of breath as it stands, because that race was very, very chaotic. Lots of drama, lots of action, lots of overtakes. Basically, everything that makes racing good. We do love good racing on F1 2020. And without further ado, I want to say thank you all very much for joining me, as I had an incredible time commentating here over this interesting, dramatic, and, well, pretty ridiculous race. That is an absolute certainty. But thank you very much for watching the stream, and I will catch you all very, very shortly for the next race for EBL. Take care. I'll catch you all then.